Hi, it's Jason, Jason's Jungle. I'm going to give you a tour of my fruit bushes and trees. So I'll show you what's growing there. You can see here next to my arch, my blackberries, and they're loading with fruit now. They were covered with flowers earlier, loved by the bees, and now I should be in for a bit of a crop of blackberries. I've got to get them right. I've got both sides of the arch, loads of fruit, and well, I'm looking forward to that. This also has my confit bed here. I've already harvested it and it's ready to harvest again at the end. I left that bit for the bees. But you can see the confit's come back and I'll be cutting that again. This is the autumn raspberries. A bit slow in the middle, but on the outside it's going quite nicely. Some of them, even though they're just grown this year, are starting to put some flowers up, which is not what I wanted. But as long as they're fruit in autumn, I'll be happy. The next bed is our summer raspberries, which, as you can see, is now starting to form all the fruit. They're not red yet, none of them are red, but there's covered in them, so there'll be loads of raspberries coming through from there. I no doubt we'll be screaming at them by the end of the season again. Opposite the raspberries is my black currant. This is probably why I kept going on about that with the blackberries, because look at these. There's 3 bushes here and they are just laden with those. And right next to them we have my fruit trees. Now I lost a lot of flowers after the late frost this year, so I don't know if we're going to have much of a crop on some of them. And then of course you got June drop. So I think a few of these just don't have any fruit on, but some of them do. And I'll have to thin them down if they don't come down. But you can look up here, you can see nice little apples there, and there's a couple of others over there. And if I find my way through the jungle, you can see, hopefully in the cherry tree we might be able to see some cherry forming. I hope they weren't knocked off. I can't actually see any now. It was laden with blossom, but I can't see any fruit, so maybe we haven't got any on our cherries either. Now I know that the pears dropped off, so it's going to be a bad year for the trees. And look at this, this is my fig. This is one of my figs. This is a Petite Nigua, something like that. And look at these, best I've had. Nice and big. So hopefully these will be nice and ripe by the end of the season. Look at the size of this one. And that would be my first real crop of figs. My other fig isn't doing so well. It's got 1 fig on it. This is a brown turkey. I don't think it's because it's swamped, because it has its own bucket and I keep feeding that and watering it, but I'll just have to try and work on getting it improved over the years. Here next to it, this is my pinkberry. Now I don't have them covered, which means the birds love them and I often don't get anything from there, or from the blueberry, which is laden. I mean, I've never had this amount of fruit on it. So obviously it's done well here this year. This is some of my grapes. Goes strongly. There's a few bunches on here that are formed. If you look here, you've got the flowers. There's a few more here and there. This doesn't have the maximum on there. I can't remember what type this is. It's either Romeo or Regent. And over here we have a Chardonnay. Again, Chardonnay is getting some flowers on it. and we'll just see how it comes. This is my fruit and fence, and this is the gooseberry element of it, and look at those starting to turn red. Oh, aren't they lovely? Not quite ready yet. They'll be still be tart, which I do like, but would now wait till they're red to harvest, and they're growing quite nicely. Quite a reasonable harvest of them this year. I've trimmed them a lot back from last year. They're going to need another pruning, but I'm just letting the fruits ripen first. Oh, there's a red one, look at that. Well, not quite ready. Let's just try it just to make sure. Came up very easily. Nice, still a bit tart. Now, here's the thing I'm hoping for. If we scroll up and look into here, see all those little flowers? There's quite a few of them on this here. This is my kiwi. It's a type called solo, which is supposed to be self-fertile. So it doesn't really have a male. However, I've never had fruit off of it yet. I've had a couple of flowers, not many last year and the year before, but this has got masses on in comparison. Underneath the kiwi, there's some cordons of red currants. The birds love these. They generally get them before I do, so I generally have no red currants. And then this is another grapevine called Boskop Glory, or Boskop Glory. This is laden with, see along here, all open. So hopefully these will set, and I'll be able to go and prune them down. I've got a little bit of gooseberry stuff in the back of my throat. Prune them down, give it a summer pruning, thin these out by a considerable amount, because there are hundreds, literally hundreds of them on there. So I will thin these down in the next couple of weeks. Now this, I'm not sure, this is my quince, I think. So you can see here there's some fruit forming. Hopefully they're going to be forming to nice mature fruit. And there's at least 7 or 8 on here. Now here's a dog's arse. That's what the French call them. It's a medlar, and there's a few fruits set. I can't find them now. It's got a whole load of. There's another one. I think there's another one over here. So it's grown quite a few fruit, half a dozen I think's on here, some hidden amongst the foliage. Oh, that one's died off, so okay, we're down less than half a dozen. But we will see what I get out of it. These are June berries, Saskatoons. Now, I think this one looks ripe. No, it's not. It's been eaten by something, by the looks of it. Also known as service tree. Just a curiosity. Not had any fruit of it. It's only been in there a couple of years. So I'll let it establish and we'll see what I get out of it. And then we have a goji. No fruit of it whatsoever. It just sits there and sprawls. So I don't need the space yet, so I can handle it. This bent over little thing is the dwarf mulberry. What a disappointment that is. I wouldn't bother buying it if I was you. A young gooseberry I stuck in last year. It was the year before. But yeah, it was just a cutting, hiding the ground. That's taken. And then same with the currant. I think this might be a red currant. Can't quite remember. No fruit this year, so hopefully next year it'll have bulked up and giving us something, and in between there's a wild bramble growing, so I'll have to come and weed that out. This bed was supposed to be day neutral strawberries. Some of them are going okay, but a lot of them seem to have been killed off by something. Just planted them this year, so I'll just have to see what happens with them, see if I can multiply them or possibly get some new stock next year. And they were to replace my current strawberry bed. And this bed's been in here for years, since I first moved in. Still giving with strawberries, but it needs to be replaced. It's starting to turn red now, so hopefully we'll be having to get some cream in soon. And this is one of my rhubarb plants. Quite large, quite productive. Throws out loads of new shoots all the time. Try to eat it to destruction, but it's winning. And as you can see, massive leaves. I have a different rhubarb up the top, which I forgot to show you, and I can't, but it's nowhere near as good as this. So that's my fruit. Well, if you've liked this, click like, share it with your mates, and leave a comment below. Tell us what you think. Let us know what you're growing, and I will see you next video. See you later.